Watch us fall like dominoes. Paid the price and now I know I'll be alone and you'll be gone. What's the point in all these games if all they do is drive us insane? Thought we'd always stay the same. Cross me out like tic-tac-toe today. Goodbyes, they hurt so bad when they happen so fast. Now finding my way back, I don't even know where to start. So I guess I'll turn into someone else. Spend my days in this cell, locked up in my own self, feeling so damn broken apart. So I guess I'll hide from all my problems. I can't go so wrong. Toss me out like tic-tac-toe. Watch this fall like dominoes. Paid the price and now I know I'll be alone and you'll be gone. What's the point in all these games if all they do is drive us insane? Thought we'd always stay the same. Cross me out like tic-tac-toe today. Don't think I'll ever face it. All of my time I wasted. You always said you hated. I don't even know where to start. So I guess I'll turn nothing into something. I'm always caught up running, and it's so hard to function. Feeling so damn broken apart. So I guess I'll hide from all my
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to, I believe it is round 3 action for the Race Spec Elite Series. We are joined here at the famous Italian Monza Grand Prix at the famous racetrack where the Tifosi will be hoping for that 1-2 for the Ferrari crew, and we will quickly have a look into our lineup. So as usual, we do have Lightning and Aussie in that Red Bull, Blink and Manchiz in the Aston Martin. Gaz and Jimson make up the McLaren squad, Kebab and Zakov, the strong AlphaTauri pairing. The Tifosi will be hoping that Bretho and Alex can get across the line tonight with Aussie and Primetime in the Mercedes. Alpine consisted of Romy and Erkson, JKO and Max Strap-on, my favourite name on the grid in the Alfa Romeo. We've also got J Miles and I Love Controller in the Haas, and Mr. P and X Mort, the fantastic duo in the Williams, rounding out our crew for tonight. But we will be jumping straight into our action tonight, and we are starting qualifying already. We've gotten into it. We will have a look who we have to start us off. I'll just get that music stopped for us all. Apologies for the short intro today, but we've had a long day in the land of myself, so just getting home a little bit late. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite get a proper intro up for you, but we will get some laps underway now. As I will just make sure everything's working all good. As I just unplug my headset, so I have zero sound at the moment. But we do have some laps underway already, so we've got Gaz with a 120 flat. Mr. P just a 10th behind him there at a 120.1, and these times are coming in now. We will get our track map up quickly for us all, as we do get that there. So beautiful. We have Jimson now going up to P1 with a 120 flat. So these McLarens again looking strong this week. And if you just give me 2 seconds, everyone, I will try and get my sim hub up so we can get the proper overlays going for you guys. So just bear with me for 2 seconds while we get this all sorted. But yes, we've had a very busy day so far, but our times are coming in now. Mr. P, as we just have a spin from Mr. P going into the first Lesmo, so he will be trying to turn that car around. He doesn't want to stay stationary for too long. as he does have a McLaren coming up very quickly behind him. He does manage to stay out the way of everyone there, so it was well done to that man there, Mr. P. But we will try and get on some laps here. I Love Controller is on a lap currently. Coming through the second Lesmo now. Just seems to lock the rears a little bit there and loses a little bit of time. We just have to check that everything is working all good for everyone here. Let me know in the chat if it's all good. And we will, during the break, try and just get all this off my screen currently and get it all running up and proper. I've had about 30 seconds to sort this out as I've just gotten home. Title does need to change. I can't actually change that, unfortunately, Aussie. It's up to whoever has the Twitch account. I just got the stream key. So, but I Love Controller is finishing his lap here. He's had a little bit of a struggle in the third sector, so I can't imagine this will be up there. But he does go 1:21.3, so up into P7 for that man there. So not a bad opening lap for him. Val is on another lap, but I believe he's 6 tenths down, so he will be coming into the pits. And while we have a quick lull in proceedings, we will quickly try and get this all up and running. We'll get that one up there. I will just try and fix all this. It is tough to do it on my own. We'll get that one there. And that one there. Beautiful. So while we've got a bit of a lull in proceedings, we will have a quick look. It is the 2 McLaren, the 1-2 at the moment. Mort on an out lap now will be starting his first lap shortly for us. We will go down and he has just started his lap for us now, Mort. So we will see what the Williams driver can do for us here. Takes that very nice line into turns 1 and 2 there. As I will just continue to try and get this going very quickly. As we could be good to go here. Give me 1 second. As we look like we're all working tonight, which is amazing news. We are all officially working with our overlays, which is absolutely fantastic to see. So we will get rid of all that. And we will get underway. So I believe those names should all be working. Let me know if they're not. But happy days. So Mort now with the fastest lap. Fastest sector 1 at the moment. This man is on a mission. We will see him going into the last corner now and see what this time does consist of for Mort. It will be a 1:19.8 or 1:19.9, apologies. So Mort showing us that he does have the pace tonight, and we'll see what this man can bring for us. We'll just bring our timing screen up for everyone as Mort just goes flying through the barriers. Beautiful. Right, apologies. That is the last thing I need to do. We are sorted and we are ready finally, so we will see now. Start a lap off for us here. Jimson is Valzo. We do have a couple of name mismatches again, but it will just be the McLaren driver, I believe. So we are jumping on board here with Mr. Jimson. We will see his sector times here coming up for us. Going through turn 1, he does have a little bit of wheel spin going through there, so fortunately maybe just losing out a couple of tenths there on that opening stint to this lap. But he does have a little bit of traffic as well here, Jimson. He is 2 tenths down on his time, so unfortunately for the McLaren driver, I don't think he will be improving on this particular flying lap. We will stay on board him though, and fingers crossed he does get us across the line here. What I am going to do for everyone here, just because those names are wrong, we will just get that up like that. and keep it like that. But we will keep our timing screen going for now. So Jimson now coming into the last sector here. He has had 2 yellow sectors, so nothing outstanding as of yet from the McLaren driver. I believe he has actually pulled out of the lap. He has. So we'll now jump over to, I believe it is Gers is in the pits as well. Who do we have on a lap? Val is on a lap. Let's see what Valen can do for us here. See that sector 1 split. He is up on his time currently, so we will stay on board here and see if he can close in on that 19.987 set by X-Mort. Takes that beautifully through the second Lesmo, now up to the Ascari chicane. He comes, opening up that DRS here with a top speed of around 320 kilometers down this back straight. He has gone purple in the second sector, according to the track map, but the game overlay is not telling me he has, so we'll see if that is right. But he does look to be on a bit of a fly here, does Valen. Around the final corner now, being careful not to validate he doesn't, so he does keep it pretty nice. Looking like a pretty tidy lap here from Valen. He does go P2 with a 119.987, so almost exactly 100th behind Mort, so very, very close between those two. Mort is now on his out lap as Jimson is starting another lap, I believe. Now he is 2 seconds down, so we will go across to Deku. And this man bring us as he finishes his flying lap for us. He is down in his time as well, so he will go into the pit lane. Gers on an out lap as well. Mr. P is also on a flyer. We'll see what Mr. P can do for us now. Was the provisional pole sitter at the start. He's slid down to P6 now, so he is a 10th down as well. So we'll see what Mr. P can do for us here. We'll have a quick look at our fastest sectors. It is Dada with a 26.1 at the moment. I believe that is Val. Apologies. And Gers with 26.7, and Dada is in the Mercedes, so it is the correct Dada for 26.7 as well in the final sector. So pretty evenly split sectors there at the moment. And we'll continue to stay on board this lap with Mr. P is actually backed out now, so we will get off that. See what Will can do for us in the Red Bull at the moment, as we are counting down now to the final stages of our qualifying session here at round 3 for Monza. Double checking that, so we will. Oh my. Just going to turn that down a little bit for you, so you can hear my voice a little bit better. Right, so Will now starting us off. We'll see what that first sector is for him. He's trying to beat a 26.1 currently set by Val. He is a 10th behind it, but he will. That won't be too bad. He is still closing in on a personal best time, hopefully, so he'll be up on his personal time, but we'll see as he goes through the second Lesmo now. It does take it a little bit wide, and that will be not an invalidation, but keeps the lap going, but I believe he is going to be quite a little bit down on his time here. Yeah, he's only 700th of his personal best time, but 7/10 behind that time currently of Mort with the 119.987. We do have a yellow flag in sector 1, but that would just be an AlphaTauri slowing down. We will now finish this lap. We'll see if he can improve in the final corner. We'll need a significant jump to really jump up the leaderboard though. As he does cross the line now for us, it is not good enough to improve. It's a 120.5, so he'll be trying to get back into those pits fairly quickly and get back out there right at the end. You see who is up on a lap. Aussie is 7/10 up, which he has just started his lap, so we'll stay on board him for now. See how this lap is looking. As we do have our first retirement of the night. Oh, and it's, I believe, an Haas and an Alpine, an AlphaTauri may have come together there. As JS44 has crashed into the wall. We will see if that car is still there when Aussie goes through, but I believe possibly some contact between the Haas and the AlphaTauri of JS44 there, so interesting. because the car has now been cleared away, so we won't quite see what happened there for now, but Aussie is down on his time. Currently 2 yellow sectors to start us off here. Coming around the final bend, he will jump into the pits for us. So everyone in the pits now. We do have a little bit of a lull in proceedings at the moment. We will just get rid of that because the names aren't quite working there, which is fine. So who do we have? We have nobody out on track currently apart from the Ferrari of Alex and the Aston Martin of Beatstar. So both of those cars will be looking to improve quite a lot all the way down in 10th and 13th currently. So Alex, starting us off here, let's have a look at our little Halo HUD here and see what he can do for us here. Short shifting up to 4th gear through the first chicane, fairly steady there, so we'll see what his sector splits are looking like at the moment. 26.7 I believe is what he needs to try and replicate it, and it's a 26.3, so he is absolutely flying, this man, at the moment. Could be on for a very good lap here if he can get through this Lesmo corners cleanly. Does take it a little bit deep there, but holds it nice and tight through the exit. This one is crucial here, the second Lesmo, and he's completely gone wide there, so that could be a chunk of time gone for the Ferrari driver. It's not what the Tifosi will want to see so far, but we will see him going into the Scurry chicane now. Takes it nice and tight through there. Beautiful so far. It's just the Lesmos that looks like it let him down a little bit. We will see his final sector now. See what this man can do for us in the Ferrari. Plenty of expectation from the Tifosi for this round at their home race, so we will see him cross the line now. Alex, it will be getting a little slipstream there. He does go up to 120.9, so he does improve, but does not improve his placing on the track at the moment, so that's unfortunate. But Mort is about to get us started here. We do have Val starting a lap as well. We'll see what he can do for us here. AlphaTauri driver had a solid showing last week, so we will see if he can have any improvement around a very, very different track this week as last week, I believe. Where were we? We were at the Netherlands, so completely different setups, completely different solo driving around here, and we'll see who comes out on top at the Temple of Speed. Does go very wide there, Val, but manages to save it. That is not a good look there. He has gone around and does manage to save it and does not take out the Ferrari that just went past him. So Mort starting us off slowly. Jimson is on a lap. He is 300ths up. Getting a beautiful slip off that Mercedes in front of him as well. So hopefully that doesn't get in the way going into this final corner. It doesn't. Does get out the way nicely. Oh, re-enters horribly though. That's the Mercedes. And I believe that is Dada. So, no, it's not, sorry. Apologies, but Jimson, he won't be happy with that, as he is now side by side with Prime Time, I believe. That's right. That car has finished its qualifying. So Mort, what's Mort got for us now? Will he improve? He is 600ths down on his time. Does take the first chicane beautifully though. Into the Lesmos he will go now. I believe he probably picked up a little bit of time there on that last little chicane there. So we'll see the second split coming up shortly. Beautifully through Lesmos, just getting on the power nice and early there. Kenel Poleman, our provisional pole sitter currently, as Deku now goes on to provisional pole with a 119.970, so 100th up on Mort, but Mort is a 10th up as well on his lap, so we will see what the Williams driver can do for us here. If he can improve another 10th or so, could definitely get him on pole, and I believe it will because we've had Val into the pits. So Mort, if he can keep it steady through here, should be on for pole. The Williams driver, can he do it to the line now? And it is a great lap, a 119.692, so on pole by a significant margin. And the only other person we have on track is Aussie. So can Aussie... no, he cannot. He is at 128 already. So that will do us. Mort on pole, followed by Deku and then Valens. So a little bit of daylight now between Mort and that P2 position of Deku. And looking like we might have a real race in our hands here, but Mort definitely has the advantage so far. So there we have it. We have our final proceedings. Almost 3/10 in front is Mort. So really just managed to nail that lap right at the last minute. Very questionable character design there. Does Mort doesn't a little bit Latifi like that does. But our other places, we have Jimson down P4. McLaren actually looking pretty strong there in P4 and P5. They'll be hoping to work together and possibly split the strategies, and we'll see if they can possibly influence the lead. But Kebab, yes, we do have the man, the myth, the legend at Mort on pole, and not just on pole, but by a significant margin. So see if he can continue, mate. And fingers crossed for the Williams crew. That I'm not too sure what happened to Mr. P on his lap, if he just couldn't quite get a lap in. But I know he'll be a little bit annoyed that his teammates so far in front of him. And we saw last week that Mr. P does like to get his elbows out. It was a little bit of contact last week, so hopefully for the viewers we see some good wheel-to-wheel racing. I'm just kind of crossing my fingers for turn 1 here with the no assists at all. So hopefully no one snags a break into turn 1 and goes bowling, but we will wait and see. Kebab, I'm guessing your wheel is still broken as well, mate. That is very unfortunate, mate. But I believe we are underway for our formation lap now. So, one final look at the grid. The two McLarens are the ones I want to keep an eye on. P4 and P5. We are underway, as you can see, with the big old header there of the formation lap. May I ask about what is actually wrong with it? What have you done? As Dada has been disqualified, so he will have very cold and chilly tyres going to turn 1, which I'm a little bit worried about. Very nice, mate. Yeah, I think I'm down there with you. I can't remember, maybe a 19 flat, but I am an ABS user, so I am scum of the earth, unfortunately. Very, very slowly trying to take it off. I've got the no line finally down pat, but yeah. No, no good, mate. No good. Mate, no load cell brake pedal, like, don't even try. It's just horrible. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm just a TT warrior, unfortunately, these days. I just don't know how you do it. I feel like I can only use like 60% brake pressure. As soon as I do any more, it just catches. Sack off the sack. I don't know, that man's pretty quick. Oh, you are kidding me. What wheels are you using? Yeah, I mean, I do it. It's just, like, I am being dramatic. I can get around the track. I actually did get a win last week with no ABS, so maybe I'm talking bollocks, but it's just not my favourite. It just makes me nervous. But we do have Mort on pole. Who do we want to stay on board with? I'm thinking possibly one of the McLarens. Just get a little bit of a view back there. As look at that crowd, they are ready. I've never seen so many Brazilian flags at the Italian Grand Prix, but we will nevertheless get underway here. I believe we have 5 lights. I can't quite see. We do, as Mort has got a decent jump. Deku looking to challenge him there. Jimson has got an absolute flyer as Primetime's been disqualified for reversing off the start line, which is very interesting. They do manage to make it 5 wide as we have some ghosting going on here. I'm not too sure what's going on there. But some massive movers down the back there. So the 2 Ferraris seem to be up a few places. Primetime unfortunately disqualified. I've never seen someone reverse off the starting line, but it is Mort so far. And look at those 2 McLarens absolutely flying up the start. And on those hards, Gers has just made that work. It's magnificent. We do have a mover now. Alex has managed to get past Will, and Dado just getting past the Ferrari of Clunky Boy. So moving down the order, JS has had a moment. He is a long way back. So for now, it is Mort leading the way from the 2 McLarens. I just wish we could get this to work. But we will have a quick look at the tyre situation. Mort obviously on those mediums. We've got Gers on the hards. Val is actually Jimson on the mediums as well. Dada on the hards for the Alpine. So we have a pretty good split of tyres. JS on the softs, but Mort leads us away now. So we'll get rid of that now. So Gers just holding pace so far on those hards. He doesn't need to really overtake and do a whole lot. He just needs to kind of keep pace, and then Mort does go into the pits early. As we do have a yellow flag down the back. I believe that is Val who has spun it. Unfortunately, so the 2 Alpha Tauris not having the best of starts, and we do have a warning for track limits already. I'm just trying to catch my breath a little bit from this start, but Mort's still leading us away. We will look quickly at our positions. And boy, did the 2 McLarens make it work. Up 3 and up 1 position as Deku almost loses the car there at the second Lesmo. You just got to be careful on the accelerator there, just to not wheel spin at the back. But he'll be trying to get back on the back of these 2 McLarens and get pulled along all the way on those hards. So possibly use a little bit of battery here and just burn a little bit to conserve those tyres and get them going along and just get pulled along for now. We do see our predicted pit stop strategy. It is a medium to hard or a hard to medium round here. Lap 12 to 15, we will see those medium runners come in. We will have a quick look. So Mort just holding place right now. That gap is at 6 tenths, 7 tenths now, so he is just managing to hold off so far. We'll look at our tyre performance just quickly. Mort on the mediums, obviously they're going to have a little bit more where they are just holding shape for now. As Gers all the way up, started 5th up to 2nd now, as we have had Primetime leave the session unfortunately after getting disqualified. So we'll just double check it. Audio levels all good in the chat. Let's just triple check that. I'm paranoid about it. On the medium, sounds fine to me. And Jimson up from P4 up to P3 now as well. So I have clicked the wrong thing there, but Mort still holding strong on those mediums, just getting Gers. Keeping Gers at bay for now. Gers just wanting to keep up and just get pulled along so far. He's doing an absolutely brilliant job on that McLaren. He raced this man this week, and he has got some serious pace about him. But the 2 AlphaTauri's down the back, unfortunately, will be hoping for a bit of a safety car. We will see that DRS going wide open for Val now. We'll see if he does make a move on Aussie here. Pulls along side by side, going a little deep, big lock up there. Doesn't manage to make the move stick though. We'll see if Aussie can possibly fight it back going into the second chicane here. Brilliant little tussle going on for P12 at the moment between these two. Does try and pull alongside him, but and then loses the car, so that will be all she wrote for that battle for now. Go back up to the top. Mort just pulling away now, making it the second gap. He will be really pushing, I think, to try and get out of that DRS. So just leading the way very calmly, doing it very well so far, Mort, as we do have Mr. P all over the back of Will here. We'll see if he can possibly try and make the move stick into the last corner, get it done before the DRS, or does he just wait? He doesn't. He goes, dives up the outside of him here, and we'll see, does he make that move stick? It looks like he has, and he has. So Will here will be hoping for a second helping of DRS to pull him back past the Williams. But as it seems, Mr. P is in range of that Ferrari in front of him, so I don't think Will will be able to get past him on this particular attempt. No, he won't. So he will just tuck in for now, Mr. P. Oh, makes a little bit of contact with the Ferrari, I think. All is well, though, for now. As Jimson, something has happened to the two McLarens here. Jimson has managed to squeeze past his teammate of Gares, so possibly getting let through. I'm not too sure what happened there. We're on board with another little battle. My apologies, but Mort now, it's 2.3 seconds all of a sudden, and he can breathe a little bit easier. As these top three now are just really starting to stretch their advantage. As we do have a 3-second time penalty for Will Lightning, so that is our first penalty for the night. As we have another one now for kart 21. I'm not sure who that is. Again, JW is not in this lobby, so could just be the just having a bit of a moment. But now we will see the McLaren of Gares trying to get back past his teammate, and he does. So these two are racing against each other, which is good to see. Does Jimson try and fight back now? Problem is, all this fighting is just letting Mort just get that advantage a little bit further up, and you can see now it's almost up to the 3-second mark. 2.7 seconds now. And this fighting is not a good thing for the McLarens, as we can see Deku is now joining the fight and is just going to sit behind them and hope for a little mistake possibly, and we'll see what happens here. But Jimson will get his helping of DRS here. Probably will not want to overtake him here. We'll wait till the start-finish line and gets that big, long, powerful toe down the straight. So we'll just be trying to stay as close as you can for now. Going through the Australia chicane beautifully there. But we will see. We do have a yellow flag behind. That is Aussie, I believe. He has had a moment, had a spin. I believe no damage I could see there. So Mort now, it is down to 2.3 seconds. Let's have a look now at Jimson. What can he do against his teammate here? He does have 40% ERS. Look at that. He just doesn't have his telemetry on, but he will breeze past his teammate now. Does stick it up the inside and gets past his teammate again. So these two McLarens having a real tussle for this P2 position at the moment, and Gares on the hards, probably in the driver's seat, as he will have quite a bit of pace at the end of this race. The hard tyre is a pretty good race tyre around here though, from memory, so can go quite long on it. And we'll have a quick look while we're there at our tyre situation, shall we? So we got 25% for the hard tyre of Gares at the moment, and Mort is sitting on 36% on those medium tyres, so he will probably go to lap 13, 14 I would say, and Mort just, cruising at the moment. You can see those lap times. He is about 4/10 quicker at the moment, so just trying to stretch that advantage. That is the fighting behind him, and that's why those lap times are so different at the moment. The McLaren boys just need to kind of work together a little bit better. We do see a move now of Beatstar going on Clunky Boy into the back straight. As we do have a slow McLaren here. Oh, Beatstar almost chucks it up the inside going into the last corner. We do have a yellow flag. That is a Ferrari, I believe. It is. It's Alex. He's had a moment. No damage. Will continue on as Gares has now left the session. So We'll try and get that man back in very quickly. I'll flick Gaz an invite very quickly. How do I do that? I hate Steam sometimes. Alright, we won't. We will continue on. I'm sure you'll get back in as soon as you can. But that is not good news for the McLaren driver, as his ghosted car is just going to be falling behind every single lap. This did happen the other week when I was with him. But we do have another spin that's Val again, so Val just not having the race that he wants to have. Mort with that 1.9 second advantage still, so Simpson just closing down on it ever so slightly. This has also released Deku, so we'll see what Deku can do in P3. He has just been chilling and kind of sitting behind everyone. I can see Gaz is now back online, so we'll try and get him in. I know what I'll do. I'm an idiot. We'll do that. There we go. So back to the action now. Jimson is closing in on Maud, actually. That gap is coming down a little bit quicker than I thought it would. It is back to 1.6 seconds, so I don't know if that's a bit of tyre saving from Maud. It is 1.4 now, so it is flying down into every single corner, it seems like. So far, Maud out in control, but it's not completely free sailing for him. Those position changes off now and get the tyres back up for everyone that does want to see that. So not quite pitting time yet, probably another 4 laps, I would say 3 or 4 laps for those medium runners at least. They will be hoping for a possible safety cover. We are seeing this gap now, it is down to 1.1 seconds, so although the McLaren was fighting so far, he has fought all his way back. He's almost gained a second on Mort the last few laps. So we'll have a look at the lap times. It does say he is down, but that is because the telemetry isn't up. So for now, we'll leave that. We just need everyone to, enable their telemetry would be groovy, so we can get that sorted. But we are now down to 7/10 for Jimson. He is absolutely flying onto the back of Morton. I just wonder if there's a little bit of battery usage here. There is, and Gaz has now got a 3-second time penalty, obviously trying to push back to those leaders. He lost about 4 seconds while he was disconnected from the game, so it's unfortunate for Gaz. But gap now 8/10. We'll see him get a helping of DRS here, I believe. Yep, that rear wing is open now, so 8/10. He'll probably get it down to about 7, I would say, by the end of this straight, and that looks to be correct. Yes. So he has used a fair bit of ERS here, Jimson, down to I believe 21%. That does say there. So Mort has still got about 30%, I believe. Deku has almost completely run out as well, so these two chasing Mort definitely use more ERS, more battery to try and catch up to the Williams driver and close that gap. Mort still currently just cruising out of control. These mediums will start to go off soon for these front two, so Deku on those hards is looking pretty good. He doesn't really need to overtake at this stage. He will get some clean air in a couple of laps time, and when they do decide to pit, it could all change this race. But yeah, still back there, 4.8 seconds in with the penalty. It really doesn't help him. Mr. P is 2 seconds behind Gares, sitting nicely in P5. As we have had Mort now pull the pin for the pit, so we will see an early stop from him. I wonder if that's a strategy move. It obviously is. He thinks he's going to possibly get overtaken soon, so he's going to try and undercut a little bit and see what he can do here. He will go all the way down to P7, I believe. It will be P8 and P9 by the time he gets out those pits. So we will have a little bit of traffic here. Not quite a clean air yet. As I do just stifle a yawn very quickly. It's not because of the racing, unfortunately. It's just me being an old man. But Deku now, this has released Jimson. We can show his pace now and try and pull away, but he will have some tyre trouble as well, as Deku is just sitting beautifully at the moment. We do have a spin, I believe that's Dada. It is. Mr. P now is also gaining on Gares, so whatever has happened during that AI period, Gares does not have the pace that he did before, so we will see if this man can get that pace back, and possibly might need a little bit of an undercut or something in the pits to make that work. But we will see Jimson now. Does he decide to try and cover off the undercut from Mort? He does, so he's into the pits. Deku now is released into the fresh air, and we will see what kind of pace he's got. But let's see now, where does Mort come out? Does he stay in front of the McLaren driver, or does he lose a little bit of time? We will see. That McLaren is now leaving the pits, and Mort is going to get undercut, I believe. He is. So Jimson does overcut X-Mort into the net P1 currently, with Deku still needing a stop and all the other drivers ahead needing a stop as well, but they are very close, as you can see. Mort with those hot tyres. He has had an extra lap to warm them up, so we'll see if that can count for something here. Mort now just on the back of, as Mort now gets a 3-second time penalty, so that is not good news for him. He will really need to get past Jimson now and cruise on into the distance ahead of him to keep that position, but we will see a helping of DRS here. If I was Mort, I would just try and get past him as quick as I can and just show that pace that he has, because he has been quite rapid tonight, has Mort. Does pull up to the inside now, decides against it, goes back in behind the McLaren driver. A smart move there, as he does get the big helping of DRS. We do have a spin up ahead. That is Mr. P, the teammate of X-Mort. So we have Williams driver will go into the pits after that spin, deciding he doesn't need to make those tyres any worse than they already are. But we do see a couple of movers now in the pits with Mr. P and I Love Controller as well. As Mort now will be looking to get past Jimson on this lap, gets the helping of DRS, pulls alongside him and should have this move done fairly early into the straight. He does. Going into turn 1 now, does not lock up. That is a beautiful move from X-Mort. Up into the net P1 now. He will need to show that pace and drive on into the distance if he's to win today. There. I was just check the phone very quickly, but Mort trying to stretch this advantage out. He will have a little bit of traffic up ahead, so we do have Val and Dada just battling it out ahead of him, possibly going into the pits now. We will see Deku. We'll see what kind of condition those tyres are in. They should be alright for now. 48% on the rear left is not great though, has obviously had a lock up at some stage. So he will probably be looking to get in the pits around lap 20, I would say. Just we are on board here. Jimson will have DRS on Mort ahead of him, but does not quite manage to close the gap quick enough, and Aussie does get a 3-second now, all the way down in P14. So Mort now with this traffic ahead, hopefully does not cause any dramas, as these guys ahead will be quite a little bit slower on the old hard tyres, and we do have Val still on those mediums from the start, so those mediums will be absolutely cooking now. Dada just trying to get past him. Needs to get past the Salvatore as quickly as he can. It's been a great recovery from Val to stay out this line. Oh, it does have a massive moment going to the first lows now. Into the second one now. Keeps the car a lot more stable and gets a great exit on Dada. Mort now will be trying to attack the Mercedes, but a little bit of battery usage. And DRS has helped Dada all the way back into the back of that Alpha Tauri. Is Dada doesn't pick up a 3 seconds? But according to the stewards, he has. I mean, we'll wonder about that one, but this could be complicated because Val might want to go into the pits this lap, and if he does get overtaken, it's going to make that tricky. But Dada does pull out, I believe. Oh, he's around! He is around Val. He just pushed those medium tyres too long, as we do see Dada into the pits. So those hard tyres have gone off a little bit early, and that has led Mort to be a little bit vulnerable to Jimson here. He does have the DRS still to help him just pull along, luckily. We'll see what kind of exit Jimson can get on Mort here. It's a great exit from Mort as he does pull away about 4 or 5 tenths ahead of Jimson. This is probably our closest battle at the moment, so we will stay on board this for now. For the net P1, we will see where Deku comes out when he does decide to pit as well, as I believe Clunky Boy's just got a 3-second time penalty. But Deku now, going into that back straight, he will be thinking about pitting very shortly. Those tyres are up to 53% on the left rear. As he is into the pits, so let's see where they come out. 17-second gap to the leaders at the moment, I believe. Might be even a little bit more. Gears is into the pits as well, so these two going long. Let's see if it has worked out. I don't believe it will for Gears, but Deku possibly... Oh, I don't think so. Mort and Jimson coming around that final bend now. We will see where Deku is coming out the pits. So can Mort get that done? The overcut has not worked for the Alpine. He is still in the same position, so not quite working, but we do have Jimson who's made a move on Mort now, so that DRS helping. This battle is wide open for P1 at the moment. Mort obviously with that penalty, but we not too sure if Jimson has warnings, so we never know. But these two have really just been going at it for the last 4 or 5 laps at the moment. As I have just got a little bit of dirt in my eyes, I'm just gonna... Oh my goodness. I'll try and blink that one out while we try and commentate these two drivers going absolutely just at it. So Mort now with the DRS open will be trying to just conserve, get into that main straight and get back over. It's just a game of when you can overtake around here. I don't know what I've got in my eye, but my god, it hurts. But Mort, had a little moment there going into the last corner, so into turn 11. Is still 4 tenths behind, so we'll see if he can make the move stick. DRS were wide open, 36% ERS for the Williams driver, all over the back of him at the moment. We do have a yellow flag all the way back in sector 2. I believe that is JS44, it is. These two now still battling it out. Dada does do the fastest lap with a 1:22.4, so those new mediums definitely working out. Yeah, so we will see a couple of fastest laps here from Deku and Gears at any given moment. So Mort now closing up to 3/10. He will just try and keep it as close as he can going to this last corner into turn 11 and then open up that DRS again and we're back at it. So these two just trading blows at the moment. It's kind of just a game of who can overtake at the last moment. So let's have a look now at Mort. Does not manage to close up on the gap. They have just passed a lapped car, I believe, as well of an AlphaTauri of JS44, I believe. Yes, it is. So he's been disconnected from the lobby. That is another warning for someone there. But Mort, does he think about a move here? No, he doesn't. Hunky Boy now with another 3-second time penalty. So that will be up to 6 seconds for that man. As Mort, if he didn't have this time penalty, he wouldn't be too stressed out, but he knows that he needs to break this DRS somehow, and it's not looking good at the moment. He just needs to get past him and try and hold it and really stretch that advantage. He needs a moment from Jimson here is what he needs. Otherwise, it looks like Jimson could be running away with this one. Don't forget about Deku, though. He's only 1.5 behind now of these two, and on those faster mediums is looking pretty cruisy. We'll have to do quite a long stint, though, on those mediums, about 15 laps or so. We'll now jump onto Mort as he does open up that DRS again. Ballon does get a 3-second penalty. So Mort just can't quite close up. He will just be hoping that Jimson is using as much battery as he can to try and hold at least for now. Mr. P does do the fastest lap now of a 22 flat. He's up to P5 at the moment and trying to close in on Gares, but he is 10 seconds behind. As this train is now starting to form. These guys on the medium size are catching, and they will need to catch fast and get past because those sides will be going quite off at the end, as we saw with the medium runners in the first stint. But Jimson currently just holding 5/10 ahead of Mort. There's no real change in proceedings at the moment. Val is in 2 pits. So we'll see if that's a retirement or it looks like it's a soft run. So not a scheduled stop, unless it is a scheduled stop. It is getting that penalty off. And we do have a 3-second for Dada now. But going back up to this battle for P1. 1.1 seconds now behind as well, so Deco is definitely catching on those mediums. He'll be hoping to join the party and put a little bit of pressure on those. So car 19 now getting a 3-second time penalty. That was Val just after pitting has now got another penalty. But Mort just can't quite get past that McLaren. It is rapid in a straight line, that McLaren. It's just holding off the DRS of Mort. So I don't know if that's a setup difference, but this train is now forming behind Jimson. So he'll definitely, he won't be breathing easy with that line of medium runners behind him. So whatever's happened here between these two drivers at the moment has kind of just stalled out a little bit at the moment. They are just following each other now. Mort really needs to get this move done and get it done quick smart because he's got that penalty. Everyone behind that leader of Jimson has a 3-second penalty now, so it's looking pretty good for Jimson at the moment. Just needs to hold. Look at the penalties, all 3 seconds for Mort, Deku and Gares. Mr. P, if he can somehow get back to the top and get closer to those guys, he'll definitely be hoping, as we do have a retirement, that is Val in the pits. So DRS open now for Mort, just does not seem to close in at all on the McLaren. A little bit of locking there. So we've had our first retirement, it has gone to Val. Unfortunately, the AlphaTauri driver just a little bit behind the pace, and he had that moment earlier, so lap down was never going to help him, I believe. So Mr. P now just lapping JS44 as well. But we just stick with this battle. It is now forming into a proper train, and last thing Jimson will want and more Deku and Gaz will be hoping for is a time penalty for him. But he will just need to keep it on the black stuff, and he should run away with this victory. Doesn't matter how fast or slow he drives at this stage, just needs to stay within that 3 second of the entire pack, and leading the way, he can do that quite easily. So they need to get past him, and that setup of Jimson just doesn't seem to quite allow it. Quite quick in a straight line, that McLaren is. So see now if Mort, massive dive from Deku up the outside. Did not see that one coming. As Deku, does he get past Mort now? Side by side down the front straight, both with DRS open. So a little move across from Mort, getting pushed along by Deku. Will try and go around the outside. Outbrakes himself almost into the McLaren. Goes straight through the chicane. Will that be a penalty? No, it's just a warning. We'll have to get that position back, but now Gaz is all over the back of Mort. Around the outside, just has so much more grip than that Williams, it seems. And that is going to be a beautiful move into a 1-2 now for the McLaren boys. And thank you who has ever done that title upgrade. But Gaz now up into P2. The McLaren boys absolutely cheering now. We'll just be hoping that those medium tyres last, and we'll have a quick look. As I know Gaz has his telemetry on, we'll have a very quick look at the tyre situation for Gaz. It's 26% on that rear left. So they will get there till the end quite comfortably at this stage, probably around 40% wear at the end, so not too bad. We will just see if he can close that gap now to his teammate. It is 8/10. We'll see if it can come down at all. Going into this lap now. Definitely a lot quicker, 4/10 quicker than the last previous lap than his teammate on the older hard tyre. But for now, Jimson is just holding his own, holding that straight line setup, working very, very well for him. And Mort has just fallen off the pace all of a sudden, so he's now getting challenged by Deku, who just gives him enough space on the inside there. That's great racing from these two. Can Deku get the move done around the outside now? Mort's having a little bit of deja vu here. And it seems that the Alpine is just... massive contact between the Williams and the Alpine. That could be a safety car. Mort has got a 3-second penalty for that. And we have a VSC. No wing for either of them. And, I don't know what quite happened there, if there was just not enough room given. But that is almost the end of Mr. Mort's race, as Mr. P now gets ahead of his teammate. I believe he might have got an illegal overtake. He has. But will not be happy, the Williams driver there, as will the Alpine. This has just let the door fly open, and it is a full safety car now. So, wow, that has certainly changed things. And do we see one of these two jump in for softs? I don't think we will, but could we see a little pit fake here, possibly from the McLaren driver? Only 3 laps to go, so I don't think the safety car will be out for more than a lap. Do we have any biters in the pits? No, we do not. Deku will have to pit for that front wing, as with Mort will as well. Mr. P joining the party now. He will be looking to possibly take that podium off Gaz. Deku has 8 seconds of penalties. Aussie does get a penalty for corner cutting. Mr. P could be the big winner here out of this this collision. I'm glad we just got that on board. So Mort and Deku getting those front wings changed, and they will be onto the softs. I don't believe this safety car will be out longer than a lap, as we do have red headlights for the safety car at the moment. What's going on there? Safety car's angry. So safety car just leading us through the Lesmos now. Mr. P has joined the queue, so he will get there in time. As will Beatster, so Beatster also looking to possibly jump on the podium, with Gaz having that 3-second time penalty. So could have a little bit of a change here coming into the last little couple of laps of this race. As Mr. P all of a sudden has kind of been nowhere this race. He's all the way up to P3 and possibly looking to get P2, if not the win. So now will we see... And we do have a McLaren in the queue of, I believe, JS44. It is, so he'll be a lap down. So if he is listening, JS44 probably pit to be safe and get out the way of those others behind you, as there is not much point holding the rest of the field up. Would be my recommendation. But safety car is going in. We are about to get racing again. We are under green flag conditions, as Jimson has led his teammate away of Gez. Gez really needs to get past his teammate here to have any chance of letting this 3 seconds go. But his teammate just doesn't seem to want to let him through. Gez later on the brakes. Oh, drives him wide. Do we have contact between teammates? No, we do not. Gez does get the move done. Up into P1 now. He will try and absolutely fly for the line now and just see if he can get that 3 second gap on his teammates. Those older medium tyres aren't going to be helping though. Let's take a little bit of curve there, does Jimson. Mr. P holding with him, does not need to make a mistake now, Mr. P. That P2 is all yours, possibly a P1 if you can get past Jimson as well. He sees a win in sight, so he will be pushing like mad. And Bisa as well. We will just bring up the gap to the leader for now, as it is 1 second. We have had a retirement in the background. That is JS44. So this race is done and dusted. Where did he bin it? Right at the end. That is a retirement on track, I believe. Watch out there. Punky boy will go back to this battle at the top. Mr. P just holding. Ooh, Beatster has been overtaken by Deku, so on those softs, but that won't matter because of the 8 second penalty. So Beatster now, we go into the final lap. Can he hold on to that 3 seconds? Let's find out now. Gaz leads us away for the final lap here for round 3. Mort does the fastest lap of 1:21.2. But can Gaz hold on to that podium position? Beatster 2.5 seconds behind now. Just keep an eye on that P5 delta. 2.7. I don't believe he's going to be able to hold on to the podium, does Beatster, but Gaz will just be pushing like crazy. Beatster has gained a little bit of time back there, but I just want to jump on this battle with Mr. P. This is for the race win. As Mort does get another 3 second penalty, so that won't help his cause. Down in P7. Now, Mr. P, can he just deploy as much battery as he can? He doesn't really have much left, so he will need a mistake from Jimson. Because at this point, it looks like Jimson will be getting the race lead and the win tonight. As Gaz ahead, as that gap has now gone to 3 seconds, 3.4. So Beats has had a moment. Does not look like he'll hold on to that podium position. As they lead us across the line now, it will be Gaz across the line in P1, but that 3 second penalty means that Jimson, the McLaren driver, has won round 3 of the race spec Elite Series for APAC. Mr. P coming home second. That's just a beautiful result for the McLaren boys there of a 1-3. Well done to everyone. We had some late drama there with Mr. Mort and Deku coming together, possibly throwing away a win for one of the two. We'll try and quickly get that off the screen. Oh, good. And try and get into these interviews, but that will do us for now. That had a little bit of everything, that final last little stint, didn't it? But ladies and gentlemen, your driver of the day is Alex as well, according to the game. We will figure out if that does stay for now. But thank you very much for joining us tonight. We will. I won't be doing any interviews tonight. I do need to get to bed. I've got to be up at about 4 a.m. So thank you very much for tuning in. This has been your commentator Vice, as per usual here. And we will see you all next week.